So welcome, hey everybody, welcome to Punchlines. I don't even know what this is.
Do you have anything like, for example, a headphones plugged into your headphone jack? Click on the mute button, that little arrow pointing up. If you click.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. I've had to moderate a lot of Zoom shows for people, so I usually do the tech stuff.
Yes. So I don't really have an intro, but I'd like to introduce my guests for this Punchlines episode. We have Tanya Nicolle. We have Cameron MacDonald. MaryAnne FitzPatrick is also here. Hi, MaryAnne.
Hello, Rob.
How are you?
I'm good. Yes.
I've only asked you so far how you are. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but I am going to ask Monica how Monica is.
Monica is very well, thank you.
So this is Punchlines, and the way it works, each of you has brought, I hope, a setup to a joke that doesn't yet exist. One at a time, you'll present your setup, and then the other three of you will text or message me your punchline for that setup. So let's just get into it. Let's get into punchlines. Now, I was trying to figure out who should go first, and I've decided that MaryAnne will go first because MaryAnne is the person among the four of you who I have known the longest. So MaryAnne,
Yes.
do you have a joke set up for us?
Yes. And mine is, what do you get when you cross a witch doctor and a politician?
What do you get when you cross a witch doctor and a politician? Message your punchlines to me, or if you want to text. All right, so I've received the punchlines for MaryAnne's setup.
What do you get when you cross a witch doctor with a politician?
Here's the punchlines that I've received in no particular order. Justin Trudeau, Mike Pence, probably, and shady, dirty sex.
What?
Shady, dirty sex.
Okay.
MaryAnne, you put
Yeah.
forward which punchline you think is the best.
No, they all kind of have merits, I think. The last one made me laugh the most, but I don't know if I think it's as apropos, right? So, because I'm trying to figure out maybe the witch doctor's shady. I don't know. The dirty sex, and the Mike Pence I kind of like too.
What I particularly liked about the Mike Pence is it was Mike Pence, probably, which I like the probably of that.
Yeah, actually, probably was good, actually. Yeah, Justin Trudeau. All I keep thinking of is the blackface incident and the kind of turban-y thing. So I kind of thought that would have popped to mind, I think, right away as well. So my favorite one, I think probably the Mike Pence.
Mike Pence is your favorite. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna note that.
I'm pretty happy with MaryAnne's pick. I think she did a good job.
So Mike Pence probably gets 1 point, but I'm not going to say who Mike Pence probably is the author of that because now, MaryAnne, it's your turn to try to guess who wrote which punchline.
Okay, so the Justin Trudeau punchline, I thought might have been Monica.
Okay.
And I thought the Mike Pence probably, now I'm kind of wavering on what I thought. I thought that perhaps it would be Cameron, and then the last would be Tanya.
So are you going to go with that order?
Yeah, I will.
All right. So you're saying Monica is Justin Trudeau, Cameron is Mike Pence probably, and Tanya is shady, dirty sex.
Yeah, I guess yes.
Can I just say for the record, I never want to hear the sentence Cameron is Mike Pence probably ever again.
I'm sure it'll never come up.
Tanya, are you okay with Tanya is shady, dirty sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, MaryAnne, you've just received 3 points.
Really?
You got all 3 correct. Yes.
See, that's why I went with my gut, because I was second guessing my gut, and I said, no, you don't do that. My gut's right.
So, yeah, congratulations, MaryAnne. You got 3 points. And because you guessed Mike Pence, you said we all agreed. You said Mike Pence probably was your favorite, and we all agreed. Therefore, Cameron, the author of Mike Pence probably, gets 1 point.
Very good.
Congratulations, Cameron.
Thank you.
Strong start.
Well, let's move on then to our second contestant. And because Cameron got 1 point, I'm going to say it's Cameron's turn to tell us what his setup is.
Okay. You want that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that your setup?
No.
No?
The joke is, setup is, what did the emu say to the folk band?
What did the emu say to the folk band?
Yeah.
Gotta think about this.
Any hints, Cameron, as to what made you come up with that setup?
I wanted to add some character to it, and nothing adds character quite like an emu.
Yeah. And nothing takes away character like a folk band.
Exactly.
So I've received all 3 of the punchlines to Cameron's setup.
What did the emu say to the folk band?
You sing like I fly. That's never gonna fly. I hate when people band birds, and why did they name you folk? But Cameron, any thoughts, first of all, as to which of those you think is the best?
They all, 2 of them I think are in the same vein. And the third one is very interesting to me. I'm thinking about that one. And I don't know if me having to think about that one is good or bad. I don't know. I think the first one is what I'm leaning towards. It reminds me of a Gary Larson comic or something.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, very short, concise, and a little bit oddball. Is that the one you're voting for?
Yeah, I think so.
So number 1 gets the point. You sing like I fly.
Yeah.
Congratulations, number 1. All right, Cameron. Now it's time to guess or try to guess which punchline belongs to which participant.
Okay. This is hard. Yeah. I'm gonna go number 1.
Which by the way is always a great punchline. This is hard.
Yeah. Number 1, I'm going to go Monica, I think. But I'm not confident about any of these. Number 2, MaryAnne.
You're saying number 2 is MaryAnne?
Yeah, I think. Which leaves 3 to Tanya. Tanya? Which do you prefer?
Tanya. Anyone who calls Tanya's Tanya should be shot.
Or maybe just have their knee broken with a bat.
Or I would say they need their knee broken with a bot rather than a bat. Everybody get that joke?
Yeah.
Tanya, bat, bot. Everybody get that one? Yeah? You understand that joke? All right. Cameron, are those your final decisions?
Yeah, I guess so.
Cameron, you just picked yourself up 3 points. You too Got every question, every answer right. And yes, it was Monica's punchline. So Monica gets 1 point. So halfway through here, let's recap the scores. Cameron is in the lead with 4 points. MaryAnne has 3 points. Monica has 1 point. And Tanya, our resident professional stand-up comic, has 0 points.
But you're great tech support, Tanya.
Oh, good.
Yes.
You've got
All
that
right.
to fall
Kill
back on.
me.
After some rounds, the host, me, can offer bonus points. So I'm going to offer a bonus point right now. And I'm giving that bonus point to Tanya for being our tech support. So Tanya gets 1 tech point. Everybody good with that?
I'll take a pity point.
Yeah.
Monica got the 1 point from the last round. It is now Monica's turn with her setup. So Monica, what is your setup?
Okay, I think it's really funny that Cameron had an emu in his setup because I also opted for an exotic animal in mind. So the setup is, why don't platypuses work in construction?
Why don't platypuses work in construction? My first thought, as everybody else is thinking of punchlines to that, Monica, when you first said that, as you were saying that, my immediate thought when I heard platypuses is, wait, is that the plural of platypus? Wouldn't it be platypi?
I had the same inner dialogue.
Yeah, but I think you're correct. I think it is platypuses. I've received 2 of the 3 punchlines. I have a clear favorite right now.
I think the third person is probably still stuck on platypuses versus platypi.
Yes,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, because if it is platypi, I mean, it takes the joke into a whole different food world, I would say, you know?
Sounds delicious.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't want to eat a platypi?
Me.
All right, I've received all 3 punchlines to Monica's setup. Monica, would you please give us that wonderful setup one more time, please?
Why don't platypuses work in construction?
Because they are smart. No one can make sense of their bills.
Oh.
They are exotic animals that can't use tools.
Oh, dear.
I think this is a tough decision.
Number 2, I would choose if I were my dad, because that's exactly the kind of punchline my dad would have come up with. Number 1 made me laugh out loud, so that's always a good sign. And number 3 is funny just because it's ridiculous in stating the obvious. I'm going to have to go with number 2. Oh, but wait a minute. Can I change my mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going with number 1. It was the only one that made me laugh out loud. I got to go with that.
No. Monica, you have chosen because they are smart as the best punchline.
I have, but I liked all 3.
So because they are smart gets 1 point. Now, Monica, to the matter at hand, 3 points are up for grabs here for you. If you can tell us whose punchline belongs to whom. Is that correct grammar?
It is, actually.
Is it?
It is. Okay, I think I'm going to be awful at this part. I'm going to say that no one can make sense of their bills is MaryAnne, because they are smart is Cameron, and they're exotic animals that can't use tools is Tanya.
Exotic animals was Cameron. Because they are smart was Tanya. Monica, you get 1 point for guessing correctly on MaryAnne. Congratulations to everybody. I thought they were all terrific. They all turned out to be terrific punchlines, in my opinion. And we have 1 more setup to go. I'm just going to review the scores one more time as I think they are. I've kind of lost track. Cameron is still at 4 points, I believe. MaryAnne is at 4 points. Tanya is at 2 points. And Monica is at 2 points. Oh, bonus points. I'm giving out another bonus point. Because it looked like Tanya took a long time to type it out and it fooled Monica, I'm giving Tanya the bluffing point. So Tanya is now at 3 points.
I love how it's not my jokes or my punchlines. Getting me points.
Yeah, it's your tech knowledge and your slow ability at typing.
I don't know. I think there should be a bonus point in there for coming up with a setup that produced 3 quality punchlines.
You're begging for a bonus point, are you, Monica?
I am. Blatantly.
Well, because this is the first episode, maybe the only episode of Punchlines, and because that was such an audacious request, Monica, you're getting a bonus point. 3 points.
Fortune favors the bold.
So the score is MaryAnne and Cameron are tied with 4 points. Monica and Tanya are at 3 points each with 1 round to go. It's Tanya's turn to tell us what your setup is, Tanya.
Time to break out the big guns. Okay, folks, what did the farmer say to the guy that was driving the wrong way in the roundabout?
What did the farmer say to the guy who was driving the wrong way in the roundabout? I like the specificity of farmer. I think that's a really good comedy choice there, Tanya. Did you, as other people are typing out their punchlines, did you have other occupations or types of people in mind, or was it always farmer for you?
It started with horse.
Whores or horse?
Oh, horse. But horse is even more interesting. Imagine someone that doesn't work in the corner but work in the middle of the roundabout.
Well, yeah, watch your angle.
Okay, so a pretty quick turnaround there on that setup. I have 3 punchlines ready to roll here. I'm going to say them randomly, but first, Tanya, could you please give us what that setup is one more time?
Sure. What did the farmer say to the guy that was going the wrong way in the roundabout?
He looked in the mirror and said, "Damn it, not again." I see you're local. Nice day, what? Who's your father? Tanya.
Okay, so the thing about this is 2 of them are actually talking to the other person, but the other one's an internal monologue. Like in the mirror, "Damn it, not again." Very funny, but it's like it's taking the joke in a different direction, which is good, but it also makes your audience have to think. So it depends on if it's being verbally said or if it's written. If it's written, it's going to sell really fast. If it's verbally said, people are going to have to think about it, and it would depend on where it is, the presentation. So that's really, really funny, but it's a bit of a thinker because it's an internal monologue.
Gotcha.
I see you're local and nice day. Who's your father? Who's your father? Those are nice because you're saying it to the other person. Who's your father? That is very farmer fodder. But I see you're local, I think will resonate with everyone. So if you told that joke to people who aren't from PEI, they're gonna laugh at it. Whereas who's your father? People from PEI are gonna laugh at that. So I think I see your local is the most concise bang on punch out of the 3.
And that's who you're giving the point to?
Yes. Yep.
I see your local gets 1 point. Now it's time, and this is crucial, I will say, Tanya, as to who is going to win the very first episode of Punchlines ever.
The nice day, who's your father, is MaryAnne. I see your local is Cameron. And looking in the mirror, damn it, is Monica.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
It is? Okay. you, Tanya, you got
Yes.
one correct. So I'm just going to say, if I've tabulated up the scores correctly, so you get 1 point, which brings you up to 4, and you chose Monica's punchline, which brings Monica up to 4 points.
Oh, God.
So, yeah,
4-way tie.
it's a 4-way tie with 4 points each.
I haven't gotten a bonus point yet. Can I have
Here
a
we
bonus
go.
point?
Well, you didn't get a bonus point yet.
And
No.
that's the way we like it.
Yeah, there's no bonus. I can't give a bonus point, which would declare one of you a victor. It's a 4-way tie. Everybody wins. Or if you go this way, everybody loses. Well, I think that's a nice way to end this very first episode of Punchlines. Again, so yes, thank you, Tanya, thank you, Cameron, thank you, Monica, and thank you, MaryAnne, for playing Punchlines. I'm glad it ended in a tie because there should not have been a winner, an outright winner in that. Thanks everybody for playing Punchlines. I don't know how to end it.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Rob.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks,
You.
It
Rob.
was fun.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.